Today I wanted to take a look at, is it worth investing your gold or using your gold to craft different professions and make more gold per month that way? So I'm going to break down some examples and then also talk about basically the opportunity cost of what you could have done with the gold and things to take in consideration when you're trying to weigh out, should I invest all my gold or should I use that gold to flip and make more money? So let's start off with a regular, I'm just using a generalized item, and what could be your thoughts. So today I'm taking a look at, if I was to invest 900 gold to buy 10 Shadowfang Blades at 90 gold a piece, with my hope that in later phases, 5 months down the road, that it's going to spike to 250 gold, netting me 2,500 or 1,400 gold profit. So I invested 900 gold at the hope in several months that I'm able to make 1,500, 1,400 gold. But what if I took that same 900 gold and instead made engineering stuff? So let's take a look at it. So something I make a lot of gold per month off of, per week off of, is I make a lot of engineering supplies. So as this example, and I only factored essentially what I think I could sell within really 2 weeks, a month. Like realistically, I think I could sell all this stuff in 2 weeks, so I could really double the profits I'm actually going to show you. But I can make 50 rocket boots. I invest 150 gold to make those. I sell them for almost double the cost, so 150 gold profit. I make 100 true silver rods, 100 gold invested, double my profit. Make 50 field repair bots, 300 gold invested. I only make about 100 gold profit, so about 33% profit. The sniper scopes, I can sell about 200 of them easily in a month. 100 gold invested, I make about 100 gold. Then large C4M charge. These are just a couple of the items I make, okay? I'm making probably 15 different crafting items, 15 different alchemy items, 15 different leatherworking. So this is just one example. 200 C-form, large C-form charge, 100 gold invested, 50 gold profit. 100 salt shakers, 150 gold invested, 150 gold profit. So overall, if that's that example I'm giving you, where I spent the same 900 gold that I would have used for investing into crafting engineer items, I was able to profit 650 gold. So over that same 5 months that I would have held on to that investment that I was hoping to get bigger, I would have made 3,200 gold, or roughly more than double doing that. Before I get into the opportunity costs, a quick word from our sponsor. The two guides I use constantly, and if you aren't, you're losing tons of gold and tons of time. First, Rested XP. Rested XP is by far the best add-on, and between $10 to $20, a one-time purchase, 1 hour of your day at work, you're going to save hundreds of hours leveling, doing your attunements, everything. Highly recommend using Rested XP. The one for all gold making, how I've made thousands of gold and some of my best decisions. Solahim's Gold Guide. He has spent a ton of time really fine-tuning the best gold making methods that I highly recommend. You think my videos are good? Check out some of his gold making tips. All the links between the two are below. All right, so what I'm talking about when it comes to opportunity cost. So the time it takes for the investment to pay off, how many months? Is it worth it? So in that example with the Shadowfang, I'm using 5 months. I could have made more than double by crafting items, selling them. But then you got to take into consideration, how much time did it take for me to buy those items cheap to be able to craft the engineering items. So there's a time sink compared to how much time does it take for me to find cheap Shadowfang Blades, hoping it pays off. So you have to weigh the time versus gold. So yes, I'm making double the profit, but I'm spending more time to actually find the cheaper items for engineering. Then you got to look at, can I sell through all of my investment? So in that example, that was Shadowfang. How long is it going to take for me to sell 10 Shadowfangs And that's a lot of money in only 10 different items. What if maybe I invested in 10,000 venom sacks? Because I know in AQ, those are going to go up. Right now, you're buying them for 10 silver. They're probably, I remember before, they went up to almost a gold a piece. That's 5 times my money. I'm going to buy 10,000 of them. And I've seen it. So how long is it going to take you to sell 10,000 large venom sacks? So, you know what I mean? Can you sell through all of the investment you made? Compared to, would you rather just craft items and make that constant gold that you know people are burning through? What if the price of the investment doesn't go up as planned? So that's the tricky part with investing. So that example, I thought Shadowfang was going from 90 gold to 250. Well, what if it only went to 150 gold? You know what I mean? I only made 60. So now my profit was so small, when instead I could have invested it in crafting items and made so much more. So you got to think about that. Something someone doesn't think about, mailbox storage. In that example of 10,000 venom sacks, every 30 days essentially, so you send all of your stuff to the alt account. After 30 days, it kicks it back. So 60 days worth. Then you have to open up everything and resend it. So in that example, I would have had to done that times 2 times, but 10,000 different items, that's a lot of time. And if you forget to open them, they disappear after 60 days. So be very careful when you're going in that large of an item. So the gamble is, do you go with an expensive item like a Shadowfang where it's 100 gold per one? That's a big risk. But you also don't want to go the version of where you have 10,000 of one item and it clogs up your mailbox, and then you got to try to sell through 10,000 of one item. And like I said, there is a factor of time spent to not only buy the item, but then to resell it. So how long is it going to take me to sell through 10,000 large venom sacks? Compared to how long is it going to take to sell through 10 Shadowfang Blades? So those are the things you have to weigh out when it comes to investing over, should I also just use that money to craft? Now, the number one thing, how much gold do you really need? Okay, do you need 100,000 gold? What are you doing with 100,000 gold? Realistically, for myself, I'm looking to get about 20,000 gold. I want to be able to have enough for my epic flying mount. I want to be able to level up all my professions and maybe buy a couple BOEs when I get into TBC. So 20, 30,000 max. And that's even a lot. So then how much gold should you get before you start investing? That's the number one question. So in my mind, I'm thinking you need about 3,000 gold for purely flipping crafting items if your goal is to get to 20, 30,000 gold. So I would say save yourself 4,000 gold. Use that gold to buy items. You know, every day you set up a TSM add-on, and then you're looking in the auction house once, twice a day. You're buying up all these crafting items cheap. You're crafting them even if it's once a week. That's what I do, is I buy all week. I spend one day, craft everything, and then I have enough to essentially sell for the next week or two on my separate account. So about 4,000 gold I need set aside to be able to buy enough crafting items to make it all month. And then I essentially make that money back. So after 4,000 gold, that's my money for investing. That's when I buy the Shadowfang Blades. That's when I buy the Venom Sacks and a million other investing items that in later videos I'll go over what I'm all investing. But you want to first get to 4,000 gold. Keep using that. Forget about that money. That's the money. That is your profit. You're spending that every single month, and you're probably generating an extra 2,000-3,000 gold off, you know, the flipping of the crafting items, whether it's engineering, whether it's alchemy, leatherworking, whatever you're doing. So like that is what's constantly making you money. And if you use this blueprint, essentially, you're going to take that money and you're going to easily in the next 6 months have the 20, 30, 40,000 gold going into TBC. So the entire expansion of TBC, you no longer have to go out and have to gold farm to be able to get your flask or get your raid consumables, or you can't afford the BOE, or you can't afford to level up Joel crafting or buy your gems because now I got to go farm for 30 hours to be able to. Nope, you did the work now. So in TBC, it's purely enjoying. That's how I think about everything. Love to hear your guys' comments below on the thoughts. But personally, I would say first get the 4,000 gold. Use that gold to craft different professions. Then the profits you get after 4,000 gold, that's what you start using for future phase investments. So worst case, you have a constant income. And then if your investments do pay off, boom, you're there. Hopefully it was helpful, guys. As always, though, game on.